so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Wow, never disappoints. Okay, now you'll head out to the Fisher's Mill. We like to brag about us having the finest concession stand in the Valley Baseball League, if not the Shenandoah Valley, if not the entire state. It is managed and operated by Renee Klunk. Out on the mound tonight is Nyla Sperry. She is one of the experts that sell the food down there, and Nyla is going to show off her arm and throw out the first pitch. Nyla, whenever you are ready.
She comes set.
All right, strike.
The 2023 Strasburg Express are on the air from First Bank Park in Strasburg, Virginia. It is the 2023 Strasburg Express and the Valley Baseball League. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kyle Gutschall. Glad to be with you here tonight as we get ready for Game 1 of the Valley Baseball League quarterfinals, as tonight the Woodstock River Bandits take on the Strasburg Express. Woodstock finished up the regular season as the number 5 seed with a 23-21 record. Meanwhile, Strasburg came in with the number 4 seed as they finished 27-17. We are excited and ready for Game 1 of the Valley Baseball League quarterfinals with two county rivals, the River Bandits and the Express. On the mound tonight for the Strasburg Express out of Emmanuel College, it is Matt Dickey, 6'2" righty out of Tallahassee, Florida. Dickey's numbers on the season, he comes in to tonight's game with a 1.68 ERA. 4-1 in the regular season, and we'll see what he can do here tonight against this Woodstock River Bandits lineup. Now the lineup for the River Bandits, leading off and playing left field, it's Max Galvin. Batting second is Preston Joy, the shortstop. Batting third and playing right field, it's Tomas Sanchez. Batting fourth is Joe Jakonski, the second baseman. Batting fifth and playing center field, it's Hunter Smith. Batting sixth is Ryan Wilson, the first baseman. Batting seventh, the Woodstock DH, Morgan Little. Batting eighth, Caleb Sturdivant, the third baseman. And batting ninth and doing the catching tonight for Woodstock, it is Brady Whitaker. A near 100-degree day here in the Shenandoah County area, but some rain has come through the area here in the last couple of hours to cool things down a little bit. So we're ready for Game 1 of the Valley Baseball League quarterfinals as these two teams play in a best-of-3 series. A big Game 1 here tonight, and we are ready to rock and roll. The first pitch of the game is a ball outside at 7:02, and the count is 1-0. Matt Dickey, the right-hander, works from the windup, and the pitch to Max Galvin. That is low. 2 balls and no strikes. Max Galvin, the leadoff hitter tonight for the River Bandits, out of Bradenton Beach, Florida, 6'2" lefty from Oklahoma State University. The regular season, Galvin hit .325 for Woodstock as that pitch knuckles in to the zone for a strike. It's 2-1. Max Galvin Solid player here for the River Bandits, and year number 2 as he bats from the left side here against Dickey. 2 balls, 1 strike, the pitch. And that is laced right center field, and that's going to head towards the gap. All the way to the wall. Rounding first into second base, and it's a leadoff double for Max Galvin and the River Bandits here in the top of the first.
Now batting shortstop from Valdosta State, number 10, Preston Joy.
Galvin didn't hit it too awfully hard, but he located it perfectly and coasted in the second with the leadoff double. Here's the shortstop, Preston Joy. Joy out of Valdosta State University from Valdosta, Georgia, 5'11", lefty. I think he's actually a switch hitter, but he's listed here on point streaks incorrectly. Dickey set from the stretch, runner at second, the pitch. And that misses. As we look at some of our keys to the game tonight, first, for the Strasburg Express, they need to get to Ryan Reed, the Woodstock starter, early. They also need to prevent the long ball and play sound defense. This is a home run ballpark, and Woodstock may try to take advantage of it here tonight. 1-0 the count, the pitch. And a ground ball foul down the right side and out of play. 1-1. Defense tonight for the Express. In left field, it's Castillo. In center, it's Williams, and Woody is in right. O'Shaughnessy's over at third. LaSala's at short. Parker's at second. Smith is at first. And Vaughn is doing the catching tonight for Strasburg. 1-1 the count to Preston Joy. Joy hit .270 in the regular season. That is outside, 2-1. Matt Dickey has been the ace of this Strasburg staff this summer. Strasburg has lost a ton of players, but Dickey has stayed along for the ride. He was banged up throughout a part of the season, but came back about a week ago and pitched at Front Royal. He went 7 innings en route to a victory. Joy into right center. That's going to drop for a base hit, and the River Bandits are going to take the lead. Bobbled in center. Here's the throw to second. It's not in time. And Woodstock opens the game up with back-to-back doubles here in the first. And it's 1-0.
Fielder from Texas Wesleyan University, number 7, Tomas Sanchez.
Same spot. That time for Joy. Double and an RBI gives Woodstock the 1-0 lead. Here's Tomas Sanchez, the right fielder, and we've got a meeting at the mound. And, oh, man, is Dickey hurt again? Trainer going out to talk to Matt Dickey. This is what happened here about a month or so ago. He was pitching in the first inning. They came out to check on him, and he had to leave the game with an injury. This would be devastating for Strasburg if he has to leave this game. He says he's okay, and he will stay on the mound here in the first. A little bit of a storyline here tonight for Woodstock. R.J. Stinson out of the lineup with an injury. He is not going to be playing tonight, or at least he's not starting. Stinson, the leading hitter on this Woodstock team with a .341 batting average. And they will have to play without him and his outfield defense, at least to start this game. So that's something to keep an eye out for. Here's the dangerous Tomas Sanchez. And Sanchez grounds one to third. O'Shaughnessy plays it on a hop. He will throw to first in time. And that's the first out here in this ball game. Runner unable to move up as they get Tomas Sanchez, the outfielder out of Texas Wesleyan, to ground out.
Joe Jakonski.
It'll bring Joe Jakonski to the plate. Jakonski out of the University of North Carolina from Plymouth Meeting, Pennsylvania. 6-foot lefty, 190. Bats here with a man on second and 1 out. Dickey deals. That is low and in the dirt. Well blocked there by Logan Vaughn, 1-0. Thank you for joining us here tonight in the playoffs. If you're watching over on Facebook or YouTube, you can pull this game up on your smart TV on the YouTube app. Just search Strasburg Express. You can also just watch on your smart device, your phone, iPad, laptop, anything like that. 1-0 the count to Jakonski. And that's in the dirt to the backstop. Vaughn can't find it. And the runner moves up to third on the wild pitch. So a great start here for Woodstock as we take a look at the River Bandits' keys to the game. And the first key of the game is capture momentum early. Well, they're doing so, at least to this point. Another one, They got to make Strasburg string hits together consistently. The Express have struggled to get guys in scoring position this year. Finally, Woodstock needs to throw strikes, especially out of the bullpen. As that pitch is in there for a called strike. One of the weaker parts of this River Bandits team has been their bullpen. A lot of walks, a lot of long innings. But if you get a big lead for Ryan Reed, that can be very beneficial. 2-1 the count. The pitch from Dickey. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2. Joe Jakonski hit .296 in the regular season. He had 10 doubles, 3 triples, and 4 home runs. Also 35 RBIs. Big chance here for Woodstock to get another run. 2-2. And the dirt again. And Vaughn blocks it again. Not a lot of room here behind home plate and backstop area at First Bank Park. So probably won't see too many guys try to score from third on anything in the dirt, but you never know, especially in the playoffs. Count is 3-2 to Joe Jakonski. Dickey works from the windup. And the pitch. And a pop-up. Third base side, out of play. We will do it again, 3-2. Dimensions here at First Bank Park. Down the lines, 300 feet. And to straightaway center, 365. So a bit different for those that are used to watching or listening to Woodstock games. At Woodstock, the shortest part of the park is straightaway center. It's 338 there in Woodstock. And the gaps are pretty deep, 360, 370, 380. As the 3-2 pitch again is a ground ball up the middle. It's going to get the run in. Parker with a great throw. Nope, gets away. That'll be an infield single. Made a good effort. His throw just got a little bit out of control. And an infield RBI single for Jakonski, and it's 2-0 Woodstock here in the first.
Now batting the center fielder from Wharton County Junior College, number 8, Hunter Smith.
Something to think about. I was looking at Dickey's numbers before the game. Out of, I think he had 5 or 6 appearances this summer. None of them were appearances where he allowed more than 2 earned runs, and he has already allowed 2 here in the first with only 1 out. Here's Hunter Smith, the center fielder. Smith takes inside, 1-0. Dickey just not looking like himself here in this first inning. Falling behind the guys, falling behind the batters, and then kind of spiking his breaking ball, making it uncompetitive. 1-0, and that hits him. Hunter Smith gets nailed in the back. And continues to be a very bad start here for the Express in the first. Here's Ryan Wilson, first baseman. Wilson out of Middle Georgia College from Eastman, Georgia, 6'1", righty, 220. Wilson with a 294 average in the regular season. Strasburg needs a double play ball here. Dickey trying to get through this inning. The pitch. And a foul out of play. Both of these teams, the number ones, they're aces all season long. Dickey for the Express and Ryan Reed for the River Bandits, although Reed with a little bit of a inflated ERA right around 4.3. But good record, and he gets the start here tonight, and so far he's going to have a 2-0 lead. The pitch, and that is right down the middle for a strike, 0-2. So a double, RBI double, ground out, RBI single, and a hit by pitch here in the top of the first for the Woodstock River Bandits. And now Ryan Wilson behind in the count, 0-2. Dickey delivers, and that is just up high. Breaking ball must have just stayed up. So the count is 1-2. Strasburg looking for the double play ball. Inside, nearly gets a piece of him, 2-2. So Dickey was ahead 0-2, now it's even. "22 pitches already here for Matt Dickey. 11 balls and 11 strikes. 2-2, swung on and missed. He struck him out. Ryan Wilson unable to lay off the slider out of the zone, and that is out number 2 here in the first. Here's Morgan Little, the designated hitter out of the Bonnies of St. Bonaventure University. Little out of Kaiser, West Virginia, 6'4", lefty, 235. This is the righty Dickey here. Woodstock up 2-0 if you're just joining us. Top of the first here in Game 1 of the Valley League quarterfinals. The 5-seeded River Bandits and the 4-seeded Express. That one is off the plate, 1-0. Woodstock definitely coming in here with some momentum as they played pretty good baseball down the stretch the last week and a half of the season. There for a while they were a bit of a fringe playoff team, but they have turned it around, finishing up 2 games above 500. Dickey just misses off the plate again, 2-0. Well, if anything for Woodstock, they're getting the pitch count up, and that's going to cause Woodstock to get to see the Strasburg bullpen possibly a little bit earlier tonight and the rest of the series here in this best-of-3 series. 2-0 count to Little, and that is lined down the right field line, but foul. And the count is 2-1. River Bandits led by skipper Mike Bocock. Bocock coming in 2019 and completely turning this franchise around. The team that just a couple years prior to him joining the River Bandits finished the regular season at a historically bad 5-37. But since then, they have been playoff contenders, and last year they got to the championship series for the first time ever before losing to Charlottesville. 2-1, check swing, called strike 2, and it's 2-2. We will go through the other matchups here in the playoffs later on in the broadcast. But right here, Woodstock still threatening. 2-1, 2 outs, up 2-0. Number 20 at the plate. 2-2. Dickey sets and delivers, and that is fouled off the fist, and we will do it again at 2-2. 27 pitches here in the first inning for Dickey through 2/3 of an inning. Woodstock doing their job. Two again to Little. In the dirt, great block there from Logan Vaughn. The count fills up 3-2, and everybody will be on the move here on this pitch. If Little can find the gap like his teammates Galvin and Joy did here in this inning, could possibly score 2 more runs. Jakonski at second, Smith at first. Payoff pitch coming from Dickey, and a foul out of play, an emergency hack, keeping this AB alive. Again, Ryan Reed, the starting pitcher tonight for the River Bandits. He went 7 innings at Woodstock when these two teams met about a week ago and got the win. Strasburg had trouble touching him. We'll see what kind of impact he has here. 3-2 the count to Morgan Little. Dickey again sets and delivers, and that is grounded foul. Battle continues here with Matt Dickey and Morgan Little in the first. Stan and Patsy Moorhead watching from Zion Crossroads. Some other folks watching. Margaret watching from Florida. Jackie, Sue, Gail, and Bill also on Facebook. 3-2 again. And the pitch. And that is fouled away.
Again, please return all foul balls to the train station. In exchange, you'll get a free spot. You'll also get our gratitude.
Five foul balls here in the AB. Pitch count getting even higher. 3-2 again, and that one is fouled off. Morgan Little battling at the plate here, not letting Dickey get him out. This next pitch will be number 34 of the first inning for the Strasburg ace, Matt Dickey. He looks in, shakes off a couple of signs, gets one he likes, he comes set. 3-2 again to Morgan Little. Runners go, and that is blooped into left, and it's going to drop for a base hit. One run is going to score, It's going to be an RBI single for Morgan Little, and it's 3-0 here in the first. Fourth hit of the inning for the River Bandits.
Now batting third baseman from the University of Pittsburgh, number 26, Caleb Sturdivant.
So 3-0, men still in the corners. What a battle there from Morgan Little. Finally, blooping one in over the shortstop LaSala's head, making it 3-0. Here's Caleb Sturdivant, the third baseman. Sturdivant out of the University of Pittsburgh. The pitch. The down and in, off the catcher. Runner moves up to second. The disastrous start continues for Strasburg. Little up to second on the wild pitch. Pass ball. Dickey just doesn't really look like himself right now. One 0, and that's fouled away. I mean, the way this is looking, Strasburg's going to be fortunate to get maybe 2 or 3 innings out of Dickey, having to throw this many pitches in one inning, especially the first inning. Never good. He's up to 36 now through 2/3 of an inning. He's allowed 3 runs on 4 hits. 1-1. That is on the outside corner, and it's 1-2 to Caleb Sturdivant. Biggest issue right now for the Express is they have not hit the ball well, with a lot of their big pieces on the offensive side falling off and leaving the last couple of weeks. So this 3-0 lead, huge for the River Bandits. 1-2, trying to get out of the inning. Sturdivant takes just low, and it is 2-2. Sturdivant takes in the dirt, and it's 3-2. Little stat to give you. Teams that win Game 1 of the playoffs in the Valley League have gone on to win 81% of the series since 2013. They are 50-12 when winning Game 1 of the VBL playoff series. 3-2, and that is ball 4, and the bases are loaded. And it'll bring the 9-hitter Brady Whitaker to bat.
From Radford, number 18, Brady Whitaker.
Whitaker, the only River Bandit to not hit here in the inning. This is going to be a visit here. The first visit, I think, was an injury visit, so that didn't count. So this is the first legitimate visit here, as we see J.C. Sanner, head coach and manager of the Express, go out to talk to Dickey. Brady Whitaker will be the batter. Brady out of Radford from Ridgely, West Virginia, 5'8", righty, 180. And Brady hit .329 in the regular season. Did have 3 doubles and 9 RBIs. .40 pitches exactly for Matt Dickey here in the first through 2/3 of an inning. Well, this is an opportunity here for Brady Whitaker to really do some damage for himself and the River Bandits. Bases loaded, 2 outs in the top of the first inning. Woodstock already up 3-0. Whitaker, the 9-hitter. Next hitter up would be back to the top of the lineup at Max Calvin. Dickey will go from the windup, the pitch, and that is into right center field, and that's going to go all the way to the gap. And that is going to clear the bases. A 3 RBI double for Brady Whitaker, and it's 6-0 Woodstock here in the top of the first inning. 5 hits for the River Bandits, as the 9-hitter Whitaker comes up big. Smith, Little, and Sturdivant all score. And that is going to be it for Matt Dickey, the Strasburg ace. Doesn't even make it through the first here tonight against the River Bandits. Great job for Matt Dickey this summer, if this is the last time we see him here in 2023. But a rough outing here tonight in game 1 of the playoffs. Woodstock up 6-0. We've got a pitching change. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Strasburg. 2 outs in the top of the first. Pitching change. Drew DeSanto will take over for the Express with a man on second and 2 outs. He will face the top of the lineup, Max Galvin, who led off this first inning with a double. He later scored. Swing and a miss. First pitch from DeSanto. It's 0-1. Drew DeSanto, 6'4" righty out of St. Joseph's University from Frederick, Maryland. Coming in here in the first inning after Strasburg's ace, Matt Dickey, got absolutely crushed by the Bandits. That one is just missing. 1-1. One ball, one strike. That is outside. This kind of feels like deja vu to 2019 when Strasburg was very roster depleted, got crushed in game 1 against these same River Bandits, but then came back and won games 2 and 3 to actually punch their ticket to the championship series in 2019. As that is fouled back, and you compare the rosters in today's day, and it's pretty similar. But again, Woodstock playing without R.J. Stinson tonight. That's a big loss for them, obviously not hurting them at the moment. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Max Galvin. DeSanto deals, and that is grounded foul down the third base line. We will do it again at 2-2. And the pitch. That's low, 3-2. Bit of a shocker in Charlottesville early on here tonight. Game 1 of the playoffs for their series as Front Royal leads the Tom Sox 3-0 in the top of the second inning. Charlottesville, the number 1 overall seed, 3-2, and that is low. Ball 4. Strasburg still unable to get 3 outs here in this first inning.
And scores around the league right now. Front Royal leads Charlottesville 3-0 in the second. All other games are scoreless.
Here's Preston Joy. Joy with an RBI double into right center his first time up earlier here in this first inning. Men on first and second and 2 outs. And he takes for a strike, 0-1. Oh-1 popped out of play, and it's 0-2. Matchup-wise in the playoffs, Charlottesville the 1 seed, Front Royal the 8 seed, Winchester the 3, Culpeper the 6. 0-2, and that is fouled away. Harrisonburg the 2, Covington the 7. And then here in our matchup, Woodstock, the 5 seed, Strasburg, the 4 seed. But again, Woodstock has been playing much better as of late, at least coming into this game here tonight. 0-2, and DeSanto steps off. That's a disengagement. This has been a 27-minute top of the first, as that misses outside 1 and 2. One ball, 2 strikes to Preston Joy. The pitch. Outside, 2 and 2. Two, and that is a blooper into center, and that is going to drop for a base hit. Throw to third base is not in time. It goes into the dugout, and things continue to get worse as this has been an embarrassing showing here for the Express in the top of the first. It's 8-0 Woodstock. So it'll be a single for Preston Joy. He does get an RBI. He's all the way to third base. 6 hits here. That was just a little blooper into center. They got over the shortstop's head. And sometimes when things are going very wrong, it continues to get worse and worse. Here's Sanchez, and he fouls one back, 0-1. So first error of the night for the Express. 0-1's in the dirt, 1-1. One pitch, and that is crushed. Right center, looking up is the right fielder, and it is gone. And the Woodstock River Bandits have put up 10 runs on 7 hits. And there are still only 2 outs here in the first inning. Just an unbelievable barrage here by the River Bandits as Tomas Sanchez
Second baseman, number 3, Joe Jaconski.
knocks one out of here to right center. Pitch to Jaconski, misses. So a 2-run homer for Sanchez, his first hit of the night. And that is Blooped into right. That's going to drop for a base hit. Another blooper for the River Bandits. Again, when things are going right or things are going wrong, as the River Bandits have now 7 hits. Excuse me, I believe 7 hits here in this first inning. That's actually 8 hits in this first inning. Swing and a miss for Joe Jakonski, 0-1.
Fielder number 8, Hunter Smith.
So 1-0 to Joe Jakonski, to Hunter Smith. Smith was hit by a pitch and scored a run here in the first. 1-0. That is a called strike, 1-1. One in the dirt and blocked by Vaughn. Two and one. Setting the pitch. And that is hit into center field. And finally, out number 3 comes 10 runs and 8 hits later for the Woodstock River Bandits. They completely opened the door. They slammed the door here in this first inning with 10 runs, 8 hits, 1 Strasburg error. And the Woodstock River Bandits lead it 10-0 as we go to the bottom of the first. Welcome back to Strasburg. We go to the bottom of the first. Woodstock with 10 runs in the top of the first inning. And Ryan Reed, the starting pitcher, I'm sure is going to feel more than comfortable out there to start this thing. Ryan Reed, 6'4" lefty out of the University of Pittsburgh from Springfield, Pennsylvania. He is ready to lead it, or start it off against the leadoff hitter, Reese Woody, the right fielder. The pitch is in there for a strike. Lineup tonight for Strasburg, leading off and playing right, it's Reese Woody. Batting second, the first baseman, Mitchell Smith. 0-1 from Reed. That is a foul ball as it got a piece of the umpire. Count is 0-2. Logan Vaughn, the catcher, will bat third. Batting fourth is Victor Castillo, the left fielder. Batting fifth, Michael O'Shaughnessy, the third baseman. Batting sixth is Ben Williams, the center fielder. Batting seventh, Cade Parker, the second baseman. Batting eighth, the Strasburg designated hitter, Chase Ingram. And batting ninth tonight for Strasburg, the shortstop, Anthony LaSala. 0-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And 3 pitches and 1 out for Ryan Reed here in the bottom of the first.
First baseman from UNC Greensboro, number 25, Mitchell Smith.
Brings Mitchell Smith, the first baseman, up. Smith out of the University of North Carolina, Greensboro. And he swings away, fouls it off, 0-1. Woodstock 7-3 coming in their last 10. Strasburg 5-5. Express finished 4 games better than the River Bandits, but when you get to the playoffs, none of that matters. That's just off the plate, 1-1. Reed delivers. Fastball in there, 1-2. Reed, a quick worker, winds and delivers. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And back-to-back strikeouts swinging here in the bottom of the first. It'll bring Logan Vaughn, the catcher, up.
Texas A&M Corpus Christi, number 20, Logan Vaughn.
Thing about the playoffs in the Valley League is you never know what's going to happen. There's typically one big series upset, which I wouldn't call this a big upset, but anything involving the 1 or 2 seed typically. That's fouled back, and it's 0-1. Strasburg trying to get a ball in play as Vaughn needs a little pine tar to keep his hands on the bat. These two teams split the season series at 2-2. 0-1 to Vaughn. And just off the plate. Defense tonight behind Ryan Reed. Galvin's in left, Smith is in center, Sanchez is in right. Sturdivant's at third, Joy's at short. 1-1 fouled back. Jakonski's at second, Wilson's at first, and Brady Whitaker is doing the catching for Woodstock. One, two. And strike 3 called, and Ryan Reed strikes out the side in order. 2 swinging and 1 looking in the bottom of the first. We go to the second. Woodstock holding on to a 10-0 lead. Ryan Wilson leads it off for Woodstock as we go to the top of the second inning. It'll be Wilson, Little, and Sturdivant all coming up for their second plate appearance of the night. Wilson struck out swinging back in the first. First pitch from DeSanto misses up high. Final line for Matt Dickey, the Express. 2/3 of an inning, 5 hits, 7 runs, 7 earned runs. 1 walk and 1 strikeout as he is jammed off the end of the bat, popped up to second, and Cade Parker makes the catch. And there's 1 out here in the second inning.
DH number 20, Morgan Little.
It'll bring Morgan Little up. Little with a great AB his last time up. Ended up singling in a runner. That was Smith. And he swings away, gets it off the end of the bat, and fouls it off 0-1. Again, this is a best-of-3 series, so Game 2 tomorrow night is at Woodstock, a 7 o'clock start. And then, of course, Game 3, if necessary, would be back here. 0-1 the count. That is in there, 0-2. Pitch. And another pop-up. In play and out of play. Oh, 2. That's up high, 1-2. One, two. And that is popped up. Center field Williams went back, and now he comes in and makes the catch. And they're back-to-back outs here in the second.
Third baseman, number 26, Caleb Sturdivant.
We'll bring Caleb Sturdivant to the plate. Sturdivant to third baseman. Sturdivant fouls it back. Caleb walked and scored back in the first. Oh, 1. Breaking ball in there, 0-2. So DeSanto, a strike away from a 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the second. Comes set from the stretch, and he deals. Breaking ball, strike 3 called, and Drew DeSanto with a 1-2-3 second inning. As we move to the bottom of the second, Strasburg down big, 10-0.
They're batting the left fielder from University of New Orleans, number 1, Victor Castillo.
Victor Castillo leads it off for Strasburg as we go to the bottom of the second. It'll be Castillo, O'Shaughnessy, and Williams against the Woodstock lefty Ryan Reed. The pitch is up high. Victor Castillo has been the Iron Man of this Express team this summer. He's been here from start to finish. He has been an outstanding hitter as he fouls one into the glove, 1-1. Victor out of the University of New Orleans from Tallahassee, Florida. He finished the regular season with a batting average of .344, and he grounds one down the third baseline. It's picked up by Sturdivant, throws it all the way from foul territory. It's into the netting, and an infield single for Victor Castillo, the first hit of the night for the Express.
Third baseman, number 17, Michael O'Shaughnessy.
Good effort over there at third by Sturdivant, but he had to make a very long throw, and he slipped in the grass a little bit. So an infield single for Victor Castillo. It'll bring up Michael O'Shaughnessy, the third baseman. O'Shaughnessy out of Davidson College. The pitch. O'Shaughnessy takes low, 1-0. Culpeper and Winchester, they're in their pregame, should be starting here soon. I guess they were in a rain delay. And then looks like Harrisonburg and Covington also in a rain delay. They're scheduled for 7:30, and we're past that. O'Shaughnessy taking outside, 2-0. Again, Front Royal currently leading the number 1 seed is Charlottesville Tom Sox, 3-0, top of the third. 10-0 here. 2-0 to O'Shaughnessy. That misses, 3-0. And ball 4. So O'Shaughnessy draws the 4-pitch walk.
Ken Williams.
And it's first and second, nobody out. Ben Williams, the center fielder, out of Radford University from Richmond, 5'11", right-hander, 180. Facing the lefty Reed here. And nearly hit by a pitch, way inside, 1-0. Stadium food smelling good up here in the press box from down below us. 1-0. Reed delivers. Swing and a miss. Got the fastball by Williams, 1-1. Williams, one of the late arrivals for the Express. 1-1. Inside corner, strike 2. One, 2 to Williams. Set in the pitch. And that is a ground ball right side off the glove of the diving second baseman. Williams is going for 2. A run's going to score, throw to second, safe at second base. And the Express are on the board. It's 10-1. It's going to be a double, an infield double.
Second baseman from Georgia Southern, number 5, Cade Parker.
Castillo scoring, with O'Shaughnessy moving up to third. Aggressive base running there from the speedy Williams. Nearly got thrown out, which he couldn't have afforded to get thrown out there in a 10-0, now 10-1 game. Here's Cade Parker, the second baseman. So Strasburg trying to inch a little bit closer here. Still down 9 runs, but only in the second inning. So Cade Parker, the right-hander at shortstop tonight, swings and misses. Big, healthy hack, couldn't connect, 0-1. Parker out of Georgia Southern University from Panama City Beach, Florida. Down and in, 1-1. Here in the inning, an infield single, a hit by pitch. A RBI infield double. As the ball went off the diving second baseman's glove, ricocheted away. Parker nearly hit, that's to the backstop, but not enough room to move up. It's 2-1. Oh, we do see a couple of guys down there in the Woodstock. Oh, they're throwing the football. Never mind. And we've got a meeting here at the mound. Pitching coach coming out to talk to Ryan Reed. We'll step away briefly. Meeting at the mound has adjourned. 2-1 count to Cade Parker. Parker does have sneaky pop. He can drive the baseball out of here. 2-1. That is right down the middle for a strike. 2-2. Well, evidently not according to the fans. They thought it was high. From our angle, looked to be okay, but you can see where we are up here behind the plate. 2-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And that's out number one here in the second.
The DH from UAB, number 22, Chase Ingram.
Well, we'll see if the bottom of the lineup can pick up the express here. You got to score these two guys here from second and third if you want to have any chance in this game, although already down even 10-3 is a tough task, but you never know. Ingram, the DH, batting. Takes way outside, 1-0. Chase Ingram, 6'3" righty out of the University of Alabama, Birmingham. 1-0. And that is popped up. First base side and out of play to the bleachers and over to the Little League field, 1-1. That misses, 2-1. Last thing you want to do if you're Reed is walk guys. If they hit, they hit, but you really don't want to give up the base on balls with this kind of lead. 2-1, fouled away, and it's 2-2. Ryan Reed came into this game with a 4.70 ERA. 2-2. Another punch out here would be huge. And Ingram grounds one up the middle. That's going to get another runner in. Throw to first is in time. It's 10-2. RBI ground down as Joy throws out Ingram at first. So Shaughnessy scores on the play.
University of Pittsburgh, number 12, Anthony LaSala.
And it brings the 9-hitter Anthony LaSala to the plate. LaSala, the shortstop. And LaSala late on it as he fouls it into the net, 0-1. These guys are college teammates, LaSala and Reed, both from the University of Pittsburgh. 0-1. That is a called strike, 0-2. 2 runs have come across for the Express, trying to make it 3. 0-2 from Reed, and that's fouled back. Challenged him with the fastball, and LaSala able to get a piece. Anthony hit .260 during the regular season. LaSala actually walked more times in the regular season than he struck out. 0-2. Ball low, 1-2. Walked 14 times, struck out 12. He was also hit by a pitch 6 times. Probably the announcer's jinx here, but we'll see. 1-2. Strike 3 called. On a pitch off the plate, but called a strike. And that is out number 3 here in the second. 2 runs come across for the Express. They're now within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. 10-2 as we go to the third. Woodstock leads at 10-2 as we go to the top of the third. It'll be 9-1-2. Whitaker, Galvin, and Joy due up for the River Bandits. They try to respond back after surrendering a couple of runs in the bottom of the second. The pitch. Whitaker takes up and in, 1-0. Woodstock 10 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Strasburg 2 runs, 2 hits, and 2 errors. That's a strike, 1-1. 1-1 is low. Changeup missing, 2-1. Two-one is popped up in the infield. Smith, the first baseman, coming in. He is going to be called off by the second baseman, Parker. And it's out number 1 here in the third. Back to the top of the lineup for Woodstock. It'll be Max Galvin, the left fielder.
Left fielder, number 15, Max Galvin.
Well, we're in the third inning. Galvin coming up to the plate for the third time tonight. A double and a run scored, and a walk and a run scored in the first inning for Galvin. And a ground ball right side and into the right field side of the field, right side of the diamond, I should say, as Galvin, with his second hit of the night, he is halfway to the cycle as we're in the third.
Shortstop, number 10, Preston Joy.
So single and a double for Max Galvin. Here is Preston Joy, the shortstop. Preston Joy is already halfway to the cycle with a single and a double in his first 2 plate appearances. He takes for a ball, 1-0. DeSantos sets and deals. Inside, just missing, 2-0. Fortunately, seems to be pretty inconsistent behind the plate, as throwing the first, keeping Galvin close at first. And you hate to see that, especially in the playoffs in a very meaningful game, but it seems to happen more than not. That is right down the middle and called a strike, 2-1. It's all Woodstock here early on. 10-2. River Bandits with a dominant 10-run first inning. 2-1 pitch. Inside, and that got a... Okay. Ball 3. Sound like it got a piece of joy. They got something made contact, but either that or he just wants to hit. 3-1. And he hits one into right. Coming in, the right fielder making the catch. It's Reese Woody. Almost another bloop single for the River Bandits. Joy got it a little bit off the end, and it's out number 2. It'll bring Tomas Sanchez, the right fielder, to the plate.
Number 7, Tomas Sanchez.
Tomas with a ground out in the first, along with a 2-run home run to right. He's 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs and a run scored. Here's the pitch, and that is crushed foul and out of play, 0-1. Wow, stunner in Charlottesville. Front Royal leads them 7-0 in the fourth. Number 1 seed. They're over to first.
Front Royal now leads Charlottesville 7-0 in the fourth.
0-1 the count. And off the plate, 1-1. Sanchez with a healthy home run hack, but he fouled it back. It's 1-2. One-two to Tomas Sanchez, and he takes up high, 2-2. And the pitch up and in, 3-2. Two outs the pitch. Swinging a ground ball to short. La Sala will throw to first in time. And another solid inning for Drew DeSanto. As he strands a runner on base, Woodstock goes down pretty quietly. We go to the bottom of the third, 10-2, as Strasburg continues to try to chip away here in this one.
WWW.
(10-2) Woodstock as we go to the bottom of the third. Strasburg will send up the top of the lineup. Woody, Smith, and Vaughn. All three guys went down on strikes their first time up against Reed. Try to turn that around here in the bottom of the third. The pitch. That is inside, 1-0. And a blooper into right in front of the right fielder, Tomas Sanchez. So the Express lead it off.
Mitchell Smith.
Here in the bottom of the third inning with a bloop single. First hit of the night for Reese Woody. Here's Mitchell Smith, the first baseman. Smith swinging and fouling it back into the netting, 0-1. Good take there as that breaking ball missed low. Well, Ryan Reed has been a little up and down here so far tonight. Very solid first inning, quick, 3 strikeouts, but second inning roughed him up a bit as Smith gets under it, pops it up into shallow left, backtracking the left fielder Joy. Now he comes back in a couple of feet on the infield to make the catch, and there's one out here in the bottom of the third.
Now batting the catcher, number 20, Logan Vaughn.
It'll bring Logan Vaughn, the catcher, up. Vaughn struck out looking his first time up. See what Vaughn can do here for the Express with a man on. Again, they're in chip away mode here. The pitch. Vaughn lines it left center, and that's going to be down for a base hit and cut off by the center fielder. Here's a throw to third, not in time, and moving up to second is Logan Vaughn. It's a double into the gap for Vaughn, and the Express have men on second and third, and only one out.
Left fielder number 1, Victor Castillo.
Well placed double there from Vaughn. He has continued to be a strong contributor all summer long here for the Express. All right, here's the dangerous Victor Castillo. Second and third, one out. Strasburg down 10-2. Reed will go from the windup, and now he's going to step off, and that's his disengagement. So a single, a pop out, and a double here for the Express in the third. Pitch is fouled away towards the parking lot. Pretty good crowd here at First Bank Park here on the 27th of July in 2023. 0-1. Castillo takes down 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out to batter number 1. '46th pitch of the night coming for Reed. Up and in, and that hit him. And Castillo will take first base, and the bases are loaded. And home plate umpire saying it didn't hit him. Castillo takes his glove off saying it hit him. And now they're going to talk it over. Okay. Castillo pleading that he was hit. And he's showing his finger. Now the umpires are getting together. Again, here in the playoffs, it's a 3-man umpiring crew. So there is an additional umpire here in this ballgame. Castillo now going to walk out to the mound to show the umpires. Can they tell enough that it was a hit by pitch? That's the question. And they're going to give it to him. Victor Castillo is going to be awarded first base on the hit by pitch.
Third baseman, number 17, Michael O'Shaughnessy.
We're seeing that more and more often nowadays where the umpire may not call it quickly, but then the player will take their glove or whatever off to show that they were hit. So the bases are loaded with 1 out for the left-handed power stick of Michael O'Shaughnessy. One swing could really make this thing interesting here. O'Shaughnessy hit by a pitch and scored a run last inning back in the second. He's got a chance to do some damage here for the Express. He had 4 home runs and 29 RBIs in the season. He swings and misses at a ball down in the dirt, 0-1. 10-2 Woodstock. We're in the bottom of the third, game 1 of the quarterfinals here in the Valley League. And O'Shaughnessy pops it up, foul and out of play. The count is 0-2. So Ryan Reed getting ahead here with an 0-2 count. Couple of foul balls, or a swing and a miss and a foul ball, I should say. Lefty-lefty matchup here. 0-2. And a breaking ball hit down the left field line, but foul. Slicing out of play, and we will do it again at 0-2.
Please return all foul balls to the train station. In exchange, you'll get a free spot. Thank you.
Big spot here, 0-2, as the sky gets very bright. That is off the plate, 1-2. To our right, it's getting bright with the sun. As it continues to set, a little bit of pink skies, and even some of the mountains is a little bit tough to see. 1-2. And O'Shaughnessy bloops one into left field over the shortstop's head. 1 run is going to score, and it's going to be an RBI single for O'Shaughnessy, and it's going to make it 10-3. Good piece of hitting there. He was down in the count 0-2 and just blooped it over Joy's head.
Now batting in the center fielder, number 31, Ben Williams.
So station to station, everybody moves up 1 base. O'Shaughnessy on for the 2nd time tonight. Here's Ben Williams, the center fielder. He doubled and picked up an RBI his first time up. And Williams takes one right down the middle for a strike, 0-1. So Strasburg in chip away mode. 2 last inning, 1 so far here this inning. 0-1. Check swing out of the zone. Did he go? No, says the base umpire. Still no bullpen activity. A little bit of stretching down there. It looks like by Rhett James. Rhett James has been throwing a lot of innings, or at least a lot of appearances lately. 1-1. Williams takes for a strike. Breaking ball outside corner, 1-2. One-two to Williams. Reed from the windup deals. Breaking ball. Oh my. And Reed cannot believe it. Reed actually raised his arms up there in frustration with the home plate umpire. Very close pitch. 2-2 as Williams gets another chance here. Inside 3-2. Count is full. Bases still loaded for the Express. Reed takes a deep breath off the back of the mound. The lefty climbs onto the rubber. He will go from the windup. 3-2, 1 out, bases loaded. Here's the pitch. Swing and a pop-up in the infield, and it's the infield flat rule, and there are 2 outs. Big out number 2 for Reed as he had him in a 3-2 count. It'll bring Cade Parker, the second baseman, up. Strasburg with the bases loaded and 1 out, popping out in the infield. As I mentioned in the beginning of the broadcast, scoring guys with men in scoring position has been an issue all summer long for the Express. Parker trying to come up big here. 1 swing could really make it interesting, and he grounds it foul, 0-1. To Cade Parker, struck out swinging his first time up. Reed looking to limit the damage to 1. That is outside, 1-1. Vaughn at third, Castillo at second, O'Shaughnessy at first, and Reed steps off the rubber. I think he wants some new signs. 10-3, Woodstock, bottom of the third, 1-1. Inside, nearly hits him, 2-1. Can't explain how big this opportunity is for Strasburg here. They were down 10-0. Can't leave the bases loaded here. Gotta continue to chip away, even if it is still at the early stages. 2-1. That is a called strike on a pitch that was dropped by the catcher. 2-2. Man, that is rough. Pitch was down. It was actually dropped by the catcher, Whitaker, and called a strike. Whew. It's a tough break for Cade Parker. That's all you can say. 2-2. 2 outs. And that misses. Count is full, 3-2. So everybody will be moving here. It's a 3-2, 2-out situation. Runners will be on the move. Another 3-2 count, just as the last AB was. Reed got the out. Let's see what he does here. The pitch. Inside, ball 4. He walks home a run, and it's 10-4. Cade Parker with an RBI bases loaded walk. It's a 6-run game here in the third. Great plate appearance there from Cade.
Now batting the DH, number 22, Chase Ingram.
10-4 the score. Chase Ingram, the batter, grounded out, picked up an RBI his only time up. And he fouls it back. He was ready. It's 0-1. Woodstock 10 runs on 9 hits and no errors. Strasburg 4 runs on 5 hits and 2 errors. 0-1 to Ingram, the righty. Reed delivers. Breaking ball, strike 2 called. It's 0-2. Well, if Ingram can put the ball in play, you never know what's going to happen, especially the way this game's going tonight. 0-2. That's up high. We're seeing Reed get ahead in the count, and then Strasburg not chasing his secondary stuff, including the fastball that he's been trying to elevate. 1-2 to count. Breaking ball in the dirt. Ball 2, 2-2. 67 pitches for Ryan Reed through 2 2/3. There is bullpen activity for the River Bandits. Even count, the pitch. Up high, ball 3, and Reed is battling it right now. Count full, and everybody will be moving again on the pitch. Parker at first, O'Shaughnessy at second, Castillo at third. Runners go, the pitch, swing and a miss. And he struck him out. Probably going after ball 4 there. And the half inning is over. Strasburg again chipping away. This time, well, again, they score 2 runs. They leave 3 with the bases full. We go to the 4th. It's 10-4. Welcome back to Strasburg. Kyle Gutshaw with you from First Bank Park in Strasburg, Virginia. Woodstock's lead down to 6 as we go to the 4th. It'll be Joe Jakonski, Hunter Smith, and Ryan Wilson. As DeSanto is still on the mound for the Express. The pitch to the lefty, Jakonski, is grounded to the right side and past both the reaching first baseman Smith and the diving second baseman Parker. So leadoff single on the first pitch of the 4th inning for the River Bandits. That is hit number 10 of the night.
Fielder number 8, Hunter Smith.
Third hit of the night for Jakonski. He's 3 for 3. 3 singles. Here's Hunter Smith. Smith is 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch and a run scored along with a flyout. Breaking ball. Strike called, 0-1. Called a strike, I should say. Express looking for the ground ball up the middle. Fastball up high and out of the zone, 1-1. Set and the pitch. And that is hammered but foul. He got a good piece of it down the third base line. Bottom of the 2nd, Winchester trailing Culpeper 1-0. Covington and Harrisonburg, we still don't have a score on point streaks. I think they might be having a technical error there. So check on Harrisonburg's social media if you're trying to find that score. And Front Royal still leading Charlottesville. Now it's 7-1 in the 4th. That is low and in the dirt. Nice block from Vaughn. The count evens up at 2-2. Throw over and back in safely. DeSanto sets, and the righty deals, and that is fouled off. Just got a piece.
Front Royal leads Charlottesville 7-1 in the fourth, and Culpeper leads Winchester 1-0 in the bottom of the second.
Two, and that misses. Must have been a little high, although we saw a high pitch called earlier for a strike. 3-2. Full count to the center fielder, Hunter Smith. Runner goes, the pitch, swing and a miss. He went around, and that's out number 1. So Jakonski steals second base.
First baseman, number 36, Ryan Wilson.
And okay, was someone tossed out of the game? So we've got something going on here with Mike Bocock. Don't know what exactly happened. There was a strikeout on the play with Smith, and then something must have been said to the first base umpire. It appears that Dawson Mumal, former member of the Stonewall Jackson baseball team in Quicksburg, has been tossed out of this game. Mumal is down in the bullpen. He's now going to get his glove. So it appears that Dawson Mumal has been ejected out of this game. As we continue to see what happened, as we wait. Can't confirm it yet, but it appears that that's what happened here. I don't know if he said something to the base umpire. Well, Mumal is... No. Hold on. Mumal is not leaving the dugout. Somebody else left the dugout. Hold on. Did Hunter Smith get tossed out of this game? Number 8, who just struck out? That would be a loss for them. And that might explain why they're messing with the lineup card. So let's see here. Still waiting to see. It looks like Hunter Smith is gathering his stuff and leaving. And he is. So Hunter Smith, excuse me, it was not Dawson Mumal. Hunter Smith has evidently been ejected from this game. So the River Bandits now without R.J. Stinson, who is injured, and Hunter Smith, who was just ejected. So that's an interesting development here in this one. Score update, Harrisonburg leads Covington 7-1 the top of the third inning. So the Turks are cruising against the Covington Lumberjacks early on. Here's Ryan Wilson after that stoppage. Check swing, foul ball, 0-1. So Jakonski at second, 0-1 to Ryan Wilson, excuse me. Wilson 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop out. DeSanto comes set and delivers. And that is popped up into center. Now backing up is Williams. He's sprinting back, makes the catch. That's going to allow the runner to tag up to third. Didn't get a very good read off the bat as it just kept on cruising. He does make the catch. There are 2 outs, but Jakonski moves up to third on the flyout. It'll bring Morgan Little up Morgan 1 for 2 tonight, single and an RBI and a run scored. The pitch to the lefty is a breaking ball low, 1-0. Woodstock trying to get some runs back. They've allowed the last 2 innings. That is low, 2-0. The Express are in a very tough predicament right now with their pitching. What do? Do you go for it tonight, or do you wave the flag, the white flag tonight? 2-0. That is low, 3-0. If you go for it and you don't win the game, your season could easily be over tomorrow night just due to a lack of pitching. So just in a tough spot, still down 6 here, so we'll see what DeSanto can do as he continues to pitch. That is in there for a strike, 3-1. Again, DeSanto's been in since the first inning in relief of Matt Dickey, the Strasburg ace, who did not have a good night. But Ryan Reed also not having a great night, as that is fouled into the netting, and the count is full, 3-2. Three, 2 outs, and low, ball 4.
Third baseman, number 26, Caleb Sturdivant.
So Little draws the walk. It'll be Caleb Sturdivant, the third baseman. Meeting here as J.C. Sander will go out to talk to DeSanto. And that's going to be it for DeSanto. Looks like the Express are going to the side armor. We'll tell you about the new hurler right after this. New pitcher for the Express with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. It's Logan Griffith, the side armor out of Paul D. Camp. Griffith out of King, North Carolina, 6-foot righty, 170. He will come in here and face the 8-hitter Caleb Sturdivant. With men on the corners and 2 outs for Woodstock. The pitch from the side armor hits him. First pitch hits him. And the bases are loaded for the River Bandits.
The catcher, number 18, Brady Whitaker.
It'll be Brady Whitaker, the catcher. Whitaker 1 for 2 tonight, 3 RBI double and a run scored back in the first, and a pop out in the third. And we're sitting here waiting. He's going to get his gear off, his catcher's gear, and come up and bat here. Well, let's see if Woodstock can quickly get those runs back that Strasburg worked hard to get the last 2 innings to get this back within a 6-run game. Griffith from the stretch, the pitch, and that nearly hits him. 1-0. The count. Third plate appearance of the night for Whitaker. And that is in the zone for a strike, 1-1. You know, thinking back to a couple of weeks ago, I guess it has been now, when Griffith pitched the first game at Woodstock, he came in relief that first game when Strasburg won. He threw pretty well as that's fouled back 1-2. He ended up running out of gas towards the end, but threw well. One, two, and a soft grounder to the right side. Parker Fields throws on the run and makes the play. And the half inning is over. 4-3 on the putout. Griffith gets the out, and this thing remains a 6-run game. Strasburg with some momentum as we go to the bottom of the fourth. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Woodstock's lead is 6. They lead it 10-4. Ryan Reed still on the mound. He will face 9-1-2 in this Express lineup. LaSala hits it off the end of the bat, but foul. A little bit of a squibber. Had some side spin, and the count is 0-1. LaSala 0 for 1 tonight with a strikeout looking back in the second. Reed deals way outside, 1-1. And that is hit high into the air to center field. Max Galvin, the new center fielder, back to make the catch, and there's one out.
Right fielder number 19, Reese Woody.
It'll bring the top of the lineup back up. Reese Woody. Woody 1 for 2 tonight. strike called, 0-1. Woody lines one into left center, and Galvin can't get there. It's down for a base hit. It gets past the left fielder and all the way to the wall and under the wall. It took a funky hop on Galvin and bounced over him and then got past the left fielder Sturdivant, who just went out there.
Baseman number 25, Mitchell Smith.
It'll be a one-out double. And Reese Woody halfway to the cycle. Single and a double. So the Express with another man in scoring position. Here's Mitchell Smith, the first baseman. Smith with a strikeout swinging and a pop out to short. Here comes the first pitch to Smith. Fouled back. He has been ready to swing all night long on that first pitch. He is fouling him away. Oh and 1. Strasburg would love to maybe get another run or two here as they continue to try to chip away. 0-1. That is outside. 1-1. Breaking ball fouled off the catcher, Whitaker. 1-2. And they're going to give Reed a little bit of, or they're going to give Whitaker a little bit of time. And trainer's going to come check. Got a little stat for you from my good friend and voice of the Woodstock River Bandits, Craig Orndorff. There were 5 10-plus run innings this season. Front Royal had 3 of them. The Cardinals scored 10, 10, and 15. Strasburg, we remember back here weeks ago, they had a 13-run inning. And Winchester also with a 10-run inning this season. Woodstock with their own here tonight in the first inning. A little bit of current history for you, or brief history. 1-2 to Smith. And a fly ball down the right field line, but he couldn't keep it fair. It's still 1-2. Still, even though there's a little bit of breeze moving now, it's still hot here at the ballpark. Again, temps were in the high 90s today. Could see a 100 tomorrow. That's before the feel-like temperature. 1-2 again. Smith takes a breaking ball low. Pretty good pitch there from Reed. Had some good movement to it, but it was down. It's 2-2. Runner at second, it's Woody. 2-2. And another emergency hack, fouling it away. Still even at 2-2. The Express, 6 hits on the night. Long look in by Reed. Keeps an eye on the runner. 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And that's out number 2 here in the 4th. It'll bring Logan Vaughn, the catcher, up. Vaughn started the rally last, or was a big part in the rally last half inning, or last inning. Double into the gap. Let's see what Vaughn can do here. Check swing low, 1-0. Big hole in the right side of the infield at second base with Jakonski way up the middle. All you got to do is hit one through there. Issue is Tomas Sanchez out there in right field has a heck of an arm. But as deep as he's playing, it's hard to tell. 1-0. Outside, 2-0. Well, if Vaughn could get on here, you bring Castillo to the plate with a chance with one swing. Could make it a 3-run game. 2-0 to Logan Vaughn, the switch hitting catcher. That is in there for a strike, 2-1. Getting towards the end of the line for Reed tonight. He's at 84 pitches, 51 strikes, 33 balls. And he's allowed 4 earned runs to this point. Does have 7 strikeouts. 2 ones off the pole, and it's 2-2. Counts even, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. And that is blooped down the right field line. Is just foul. That would have scored another run for the Express, but Vaughn a little bit late on it. And we will do it again. Strasburg looking for some of those hits that Woodstock had in the first, some of those little bloopers. Two is low, and it's 3-2. Again, Castillo's on deck. This could be the end for Reed tonight, so you got to think he's going to try to get the punch out. And a blooper into right. It's going to drop and go all the way to the wall. Vaughn on his way to second. He is in there safely, and it's 10-5. Sanchez was playing way to the right there as it went right into the gap, and easily scoring from second is Woody. And we've got ourselves a little bit of a ball game again.
Victor Castillo.
Woody coming in to score. Vaughn with another double, back-to-back innings. He gets an RBI this time, and here's Castillo. 10-5, bottom of the fourth. Victor, a single, a run scored, and a hit by pitch. The pitch. That is low and outside, 1-0. As I mentioned in my keys to the game tonight for Woodstock, key number 3, they need their bullpen to throw strikes. Well, we might be seeing their bullpen here soon. 1-0. And a chopper foul got him in the box. Who would have expected that these two number ones, Dickey and Reed, would have these kind of lines tonight? Reed has allowed 5 earned runs so far. Dickey allowed 7 through 2/3 of an inning for Strasburg. You would think the ball's flying tonight, but really the ball's blooping. A lot of blooping. Doubles into the gap, bloop singles. It's been one of those nights for now both of these teams. 1-1 to Castillo. Breaking ball falls in for a strike, 1-2. Strasburg fell behind 10-0 in the first, and they have since scored 2 in the second, 2 in the third, and 1 so far here in the fourth. Still getting out hit 10-7. 1-2. Castillo strikes out swinging. Huge strikeout there. And the Express, well, they're back within 5 after 4 here tonight. 10-5 Woodstock. We go to the top of the 5th. We go to the top of the fifth. Express continue to chip away here in this one. It'll be Galvin, Joy, and Sanchez due up for the River Bandits. Griffith deals. That is a fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. So the Express have, after giving up 10 in the first, they have scored 5 unanswered, getting this thing tightened up a little bit, 0-1. And Galvin takes outside. Galvin has not been retired yet tonight. A single and a double, a walk, and 2 runs scored. Griffith, the side armor, comes set, and he deals. And a foul ball, breaking ball, makes it 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. And Griffith misses way outside, 2-2. And just getting a piece is Galvin. Peter Morris watching from Albany, New York. Mark watching. Zelda, Brenda, and Alberta. Viewers over on Facebook, thanks for tuning in. 2-2 the count. And a pop-up left field. Coming in is Victor Castillo. He will make the catch. And that is out number 1 here in the top of the 5th inning.
Stop. Number 10, Preston Joy.
So the Express retire the leadoff man Galvin for the first time tonight. It'll bring Preston Joy to the plate. Joy a single and a double tonight, 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Vaughn out to talk to the pitcher, Griffith. Hello to Todd watching from Lincoln, Nebraska. That one just off the plate. Good looking pitch there from Griffith. Strasburg fans not too happy below us. 1-0. Same spot, this time called strike, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Here in the top of the 5th. Griffith set, and he delivers. And that is swung on and missed. 1-2. Preston Joy, the switch hitter, facing the righty side armor Griffith. The pitch, and that is just foul. Down the left field line. We will do it again at 1-2. Griffith delivers, strike 3 called. And Logan Griffith picks up the punch out. Good pitch there from him, and there are 2 outs in the 5th.
Right fielder, number 7, Tomas Sanchez.
It's only the 4th time Woodstock has struck out tonight. Here's Tomas Sanchez, the right fielder. Sanchez 1 for 3 tonight with a 2-run homer in the first. He was grounded out to short and third, and he grounds one back to the mound. It's a fair ball, and that is the inning. Sanchez didn't run out of the box at first. Thought it might have hit him in the box, but it did not. Woodstock is going to the bullpen as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Strasburg down 5, but with some serious momentum.
Baseman number 17, Michael O'Shaughnessy.
Strasburg back within 5, and they'll come up to hit again. They have scored in 3 consecutive innings, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, and 1 in the fourth as we get ready to start the 5th. New hurler for the River Bandits. It's the righty Rhett James. James out of the University of North Carolina, Pembroke. He will come in here and face O'Shaughnessy to lead it off. And Michael crushes one right center, and it is off the wall. O'Shaughnessy hustling around first into second, and he has a leadoff double. Just missing a home run there is Michael O'Shaughnessy. The first pitch of the bottom of the 5th.
Center fielder number 31, Ben Williams.
O'Shaughnessy is now halfway to the cycle, a single and a double. So Rhett James comes in, and rough start for him, leadoff double. Final line for Ryan Reed. He will finish this game with a no decision. Reed, 4 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, all 5 were earned, 2 walks and 8 strikeouts. Here comes the pitch to Williams. That is inside, ball 1. O'Shaughnessy at second. And that is blooped down the right field line. It's a fair ball, and it's going to go into the corner. The Express are back within 4. Williams is thinking 3. Here's the throw. It's not in time. And Ben Williams hits a triple here in Strasburg. Strasburg back within 4. It's 10-6.
Second baseman number 5, Cade Parker.
RBI triple. You don't see him very often here in Strasburg. So off of Rhett James, a double and a triple so far here. It's 10-6. Strasburg scores for the 4th consecutive inning. Here's Cade Parker. Parker grounds one back to the mound. Runner coming home. Throw to first is in time. A run scores, and it's 10-7. RBI ground out. Gutsy there for Williams to come home, especially after he just sprinted around for a triple. But he comes in to score. It's 10-7. 1-3 on the RBI ground out for Parker, and there's 1 out. Here's Chase Ingram, the DH. 0 for 2 with an RBI ground out in the second. And a grounder back to the mound again. James will field. He will run over, toss it to first in time. And there are 2 outs in the 5th. Back-to-back 1-3 putouts.
Shortstop, number 12, Anthony LaSala.
And here's the 9-hitter LaSala. Strikeout looking in the second and a fly out to center in the 4th. Again, Strasburg has now scored 7 unanswered. And they now only trail in the hit column 10-9. LaSala awaits the pitch. That is low and in the dirt, 1-0. Again, if you're just joining us for Woodstock, no R.J. Stinson in the lineup tonight, dealing with an injury. And then Hunter Smith was ejected a couple of innings ago, so he's out of there, 1-0. A check swing grounder to third. That is off the glove of the third baseman, Sturdivant. Actually, it's not Sturdivant anymore. Reaching first on an infield single is LaSala. And now 10 hits tonight for Strasburg. Here's Reese Woody as we're back to the top of the lineup. Here's Woody awaiting the pitch, and he takes a strike. So Austin Ford is over there at third base. He came into the game for Hunter Smith. Oh and 1. Woody's 2 for 3, and they almost got LaSala picked off at first. Great pickoff move there from Rhett James, and nearly got him at first. 0-1 the count. to Woody. And a pop-up into left. Didn't see it as Sturdivant. Now he sprints in and makes the catch. And the half inning is over. Strasburg with 2 more runs. They have scored 7 unanswered. And we are through 5 tonight from Strasburg. The River Bandits lead is down to 3. It's 10-7. We're back after this. Welcome back to Strasburg. We go to the top of the 6th inning. The lead is down to 3. It's 10-7. As Woodstock sends Jakonski up to lead it off. Griffith's still in the mound. The pitch is fouled away. Jakonski, Ford, and Wilson due up here for the River Bandits. Woodstock with 10 in the first. Strasburg has scored 7 unanswered after going down, striking out in order in the first. That one's off the plate, 1-1. One swing and a miss, 1-2. Top of the 6th in Charlottesville. Tom Sox continue to trail the 8-seeded Cardinals 10-4. Culpeper leads Winchester 3-1 in the 4th. Harrisonburg continues to lead Covington. The pitch just missing to Jakonski, 2-2. And we'll see if that comes back to be a big ball 2 instead of strike 3. Jakonski 3 for 3 tonight with 3 singles, and he strikes out swinging. That's the first out here in the 6th. It'll bring Austin Ford, the center fielder, the third baseman, up for the first time tonight. So this is the first AB of the night for Austin Ford, coming in for the ejected Hunter Smith. Austin Ford out of Folsom Lake College, 6'2" righty, 220. Facing the righty Griffith. The pitch. Breaking ball, strike called, 0-1. And that hit him. Griffith hitting his second man of the night as Ford will take first base.
First baseman, number 36, Ryan Wilson.
It'll bring Ryan Wilson to the plate. Wilson 0 for 3 tonight. Strikeout, a pop out, and a fly out. If Strasburg could get a double play ball here, that would be humongous for the Express, who still trail this game 10-7. No matter how much momentum they have captured, that's a strike, 0-1. On to the Woodstock first baseman Wilson. That is fouled away, out of play, 0-2. Wilson from Middle Georgia College. Facing the righty Griffith out of Paul D. Camp. Griffith way ahead in the count, 0-2. And a ground ball back to the mound. He's going to go to second for one. Back to first, double play. What a play there from Logan Griffith. Hang a star on that one. And the Express do get their double play. 1-6-3. And the half inning is over. Strasburg continues to bring themselves back into this game. They're down 3. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Well, if you don't follow the Valley League, the River Bandits and Express for many years never played in the playoffs. They have played in the playoffs the last few years. They didn't play last year, but 2021 they did, 2019 they did, and they have had some very exciting series together. Well, this is turning into an exciting game one. It'll be Smith leading it off for Strasburg as he swings first pitch and fouls it off for, the 4th consecutive AB. Smith is 0 for 3 tonight, 2 strikeouts and a pop-out. But as I was saying, these two teams have played some exciting games. And back in 2019, Woodstock came in here game 1 and absolutely dominated Strasburg before the Express turned around and won games 2 and 3. But this has had a playoff kind of feel here tonight as Smith pops it up in the infield. Wilson, the first baseman, makes the catch, and there's one out. And Mitchell Smith is 0 for 4 tonight out of the 2-hole.
Catcher, number 20, Logan Vaughn.
If Woodstock can get a 1-2-3 inning here, it would be the first time since the first inning. That would be huge to try to slow Strasburg's momentum down a bit. The Express, 2 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th. And so far, 1 up, 1 down after the pop-out. Here's Vaughn. Vaughn with a single and a double along with an RBI and a run scored. He takes outside, 1-0. Well, if Vaughn and Castillo can get on here, O'Shaughnessy could come up as the tying run with a chance to tie it with one swing. Got to get on first, 1-0. And Vaughn swings and misses on a breaking ball, 1-1. Again, Rhett James in the game for the River Bandits after Ryan Reed lasted 4 innings, giving up 7 hits on 5 runs, 5 earned runs. 1-1 to Vaughn, the switch hitting catcher. And he grounds one right side. This could be trouble. Charging the second baseman, Jakonski tosses to first. The glove flip, heck of a play there, and that's out number 2. Very nice play there from Joe Jakonski. 2 outs.
Victor Castillo.
And Victor Castillo will bat. Victor, single, a hit by pitch, a run scored, and a strikeout tonight. That could have easily been trouble for the River Bandits, but Jakonski charged it and made a nice glove flip to first. So 2 up, 2 down. Castillo takes down an in, 1-0. Both teams with 10 hits. Strasburg trailing in the run column, 10-7. Strasburg also with 2 errors to Woodstock's 0. 1-0. James deals. That is a strike called. Down and off the plate, 1-1. 1-1. Strike two. 1-2. So James looking good here in this 6th inning. Trying to stem the tide a little bit. Woodstock will have 7, 8, 9 due up in the 7th inning. 1-2. James sets and delivers. Castillo hits it into left. Moving to his left is Sturdivant. Makes the catch and the inning is over. 1-2-3 inning for Strasburg as they finally are held scoreless. First time since the 1st inning. Big inning there for Woodstock as they hold on to their 3-run lead. We go to the 7th. Back after this. Kyle Gutschall with you as we go to the top of the 7th. Game 1 of the quarterfinals here with the 4-seeded Strasburg Express and the 5-seeded Woodstock River Bandits. It's turned out to be a good game after Strasburg was down 10-0 in the 1st inning. Woodstock's turn to bat as we go to the top of the 7th. 7, 8, 9. Little, Sturdivant, and Whitaker. First pitch as Griffith, the side armor, continues to do the pitching, is in there 0-1. He turned a fantastic 1-6-3 double play to end the 6th. 0-1. That is a ball, according to the home plate umpire, 1-1. 1-1 to Morgan Little. 1 for 2 tonight. Walked back in the 4th. And he pops it up foul. It's out of play, 1-2. Got started tonight at 7:02. And in fact, the top of the 1st took about 30 minutes with Woodstock's 10 runs on 8 hits. Quite an inning, to say the least. Something you don't see very often, especially in the playoffs. A liner up the middle, past the second baseman Parker. It's a leadoff single for Morgan Little. He didn't get a lot of it, but he got enough of it. Located it well.
Left fielder, number 26, Caleb Sturdivant.
Here's Caleb Sturdivant, the left fielder. Sturdivant walk and the run scored in the 1st, strikeout looking in the 2nd, hit by pitch in the 4th. Now here's the question. Do you bunt? Do you consider trying to sacrifice? Trying to get the guy to second base? Woodstock, yeah, Strasburg has struggled this year with executing on bunt defense. Let's see if he shows. He does. And it's a swing and a miss. Balls to the backstop and off the glove of Vaughn. It'll be a pass ball, and the runner gets to second, and the sacrifice probably goes right out the, you know what, 0-1. Could bunt him to third. You never know. It's a big run out there at second. Sturdivant does show. He gets it down the third base line. It's picked up foul, and it's 0-2.
Our program defeated team is called Fueling Express. Charlotte Turnmeyer is feeding the team tonight. She's a host mom. She's an occasionally seamstress. She does not miss a game. She is totally supportive. Thank you, Charlotte. Big round of applause, please. Quite the lady.
So 0-2 the count to Sturdivant, with Little out there at second after the single and pass ball. Woodstock up 10-7 here in the 7th. 0-2 the count. Griffith deals. He shows again, gets it down. Runner goes to third, and he is out at third base. Mike Bocock, head coach of the River Bandits, cannot believe it. They get the out at third as Griffith fielded the bunt, threw it to third, and got Little, and that's out number 1. Fielder's choice 1-5.
The catcher,
wow.
15, Brady Whitaker.
Absolute gift for the Express. Good job from Vaughn, the catcher, yelling 3, meaning throw it to third. So a huge break for Strasburg, and Woodstock with a bad play there. That's the only thing you can really say. Here's Brady Whitaker, the catcher. Whitaker pops it up, right center. It's going to drop. Runners are going to have to hold up. It's going to be first and second and 1 out for Max Galvin, the leadoff hitter.
Coming to the plate, the center fielder, number 15, Max Galvin.
Don't know if Griffith running out of gas at all. He has thrown 34 pitches through 2 2/3, 26 of them for strikes. So here's the dangerous Max Galvin. Galvin would like to put his touch on things here in this game. He takes way inside. He is already 3 for 4 tonight with 2 singles and a double, 2 runs scored, but he'd like to try to extend his team's lead back out a little bit as it's down to 3 at the moment. 1-0 to Galvin. And that is hit high in the air. Going back is Williams towards the wall, and it's off the fence. He couldn't get there. 1 will score. Throw is in, and that's all it's going to score is 1. Max Galvin providing some big offense for the River Bandits. That ball just kept on going. It's second and third. It's 11-7.
Shortstop, number 10, Preston.
And Galvin is now 4 for 5 tonight, and you can see why Galvin was going to be a 10th round draft pick this year. Here's Preston Joy. 11-7 here in the 7th. And Joy pops it up in the infield. Shortstop LaSala makes the catch. That's a huge out number 2. Unproductive at bat there from Joy. Bases, or excuse me, it's still second and third now with 2 outs for Tomas Sanchez, the right fielder.
Now batting right fielder, number 7, Tomas Sanchez.
And I think even with the way Jakonski is swung the bat tonight, you don't want Tomas to hit a 3-run bomb and put this game out of reach. Base is open at first. You have to be careful with him. And way outside, 1-0. That was careful. Just almost too careful. Almost went to the backstop. So Max Galvin providing a jolt here in the inning for Woodstock. Hello over on Facebook to the mayor of the town of Woodstock, Jeremy McClary, watching. Thank you, Jeremy. Appreciate it. 1-0 the count to Tomas Sanchez. Tomas 2-run homer to right back in the first inning. He is 1 for 4. Bases open at first here in the 7th. Griffith, the sidearmer, comes set. And the 1-0. That is on the outside corner, extended outside corner, 1-1. Not much Sanchez could have done with that one. One. That's in the dirt, 2-1. Griffith trying to keep it right here. Keep them within 4. Keep them within 1 swing. 2-1 to Sanchez. And a foul ball. He hit that ball twice. It hit the ground and then it came back up and hit the bat again. The count evens up at 2-2. Strasburg will have O'Shaughnessy, Williams, and Parker due up in the bottom of the 7th, and it looks like Rhett James will probably come back out for another inning. 2-2 to Sanchez. Strike 3 called. Sanchez can't believe it. He tosses the bat. Can't believe it. And Sanchez has to be careful. He doesn't want to get tossed out of this game. That's strike 3. It's out number 3. And Woodstock scores 1 in the top of the 7th. Time to stretch it out. We go to the 7th. Bottom of the 7th. 11-7 Woodstock. We go to the bottom of the 7th. We'll try to get some history in for you today. Those Woodstock listeners are used to baseball history from the voice of the River Bandits, Craig Orndorff. Try to get to some here in the 7th. Michael O'Shaughnessy will lead it off for the Express as the first pitch is a fastball right down the middle, called strike 0-1. Woodstock up 11-7. Rhett James is out for another inning. O'Shaughnessy has not been retired tonight. Single and a double and a hit by pitch. 2 runs scored and an RBI. He takes outside, 1-1. One the count. James from the stretch. And O'Shaughnessy hits one hard, but right to second. Jakonski throws to first in time. And there's one out here in the 7th.
Coming to the plate, center fielder number 31, Ben.
It'll bring Ben Williams up. Williams 2 for 3 tonight. He's halfway to the cycle, and he has perhaps the hardest part of the cycle down already. He has the triple and the double. Very rare to see a triple here. I don't know if we've had, but have we had any this year? I can't think of any offhand. Maybe one. Williams trying to get on base again here for the Express. Breaking ball in there. Strike 1. Strasburg has been set down now 5 times. 5 consecutive batters have been kept down. 0-1. That's in there, 0-2. Today in 1927, Mel Ott, 18 years old, hits his first Major League home run, an inside-the-park round tripper. It's the only inside-the-park home run he hit of his 511 career home runs. 0-2. Williams just gets a piece on the elevated fastball, still 0-2. Score update, Harrisonburg leads Covington 9-6 going to the top of the 6th inning. Count is still 0-2 to the center fielder out of Radford, Ben Williams. James has worked 2 1/3 so far. 0-2, strike 3 called. And strikeout number 1 for Rhett James. 2 outs here in the 7th.
Second baseman, number 5, Cade Parker.
Here's Cade Parker, the second baseman. Parker 0 for 2 tonight. He does have 2 RBIs, a bases loaded walk and an RBI ground out back in the 5th. So we can see Woodstock here. They have started to regain some momentum, keeping it 3 to 4 run deficit. Parker, oh my, takes one down and in on, oh man, that's nothing he can do as a hitter there except maybe break his knuckles, maybe break the bat. Oh man. 0-1 the count. And a ground ball hit hard up the middle, but Jakonski's there again in a 1-2-3 inning for Rhett James, as Woodstock will take their 4-run lead into the 8th inning. Strasburg goes down 1-2-3. We go to the 8th. We're back after this. (11-7) Woodstock as we go to the top of the 8th. Here in Game 1 of the VBL quarterfinals, best of 3 series. Game 1 here tonight, Game 2 at Woodstock, Game 3 back here Saturday if necessary. Griffith still on the mound, and Jakonski leads it off, and he will foul it back, 0-1. Jakonski 3 for 4 tonight, 3 singles, an RBI, a run scored, and a stolen base. Also struck out swinging back in the 6th. Story of tonight's ball game, Woodstock's 10-run first inning. Strasburg scored 7 unanswered before Woodstock scored a run. Jakonski pops it up in the infield. La Sala makes the catch. 1 up, 1 down here in the top of the 8th inning.
Third baseman, number 33, Austin Ford.
Austin Ford, second plate appearance of the night. Hit by a pitch in his only time. Today in 1938, Hank Greenberg of the Tigers, who had hit home runs in the last 2 ABs of the day before, homers the first 2 times up to tie the Major League record of 4 in a row as the pitch to Ford misses. Greenberg set a record with 11 2-home run games during the season. 1-0. Hard hit grounder up the middle. Parker blocks it with his chest, throws to first in time, and a hard ground out for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down in the 8th for Woodstock. Here's Ryan Wilson, the first baseman.
First baseman, number 36, Ryan Wilson.
Today in 1950, Stan Musial goes hitless to end his 30-game hitting streak. On this day, July 27th, 1950. Wilson takes ball 1, 1-0. Griffith has done a fantastic job out of the bullpen, and that's a base hit up the middle. 4th hit he has allowed tonight. Always happens.
Now batting the DH, number 20, Morgan Little.
Here's Morgan Little, the DH. Little is 2 for 3 tonight. Fly out in the 2nd and a walk in the 4th. So for Woodstock, that is hit number 14. 11 runs, 14 hits, no errors. Griffith trying to get through this half inning here. Pitch is down and off the glove of Griffith, and a runner moves up to second. That'll be a pass ball. And that is a huge run out there at second. That can make this a 5-run game. Inside nearly hit him, 2-0. Today, 1971, Bill Buckner hits his first grand slam as the Dodgers score 6 in the 7th to beat Pittsburgh 8-5. Doc Ellis took the loss, his first after 12 straight wins. They are going to intentionally walk Morgan Little to face the righty Sturdivant. So Sturdivant, who is looking for his first hit of the night, will bat here. 2 outs in the 8th, and he takes down an in, 1-0. Strasburg 8-9-1 due up in the bottom of the 8th, trying to keep it at 4. Woodstock trying to extend their lead and finish this thing off here strong, 1-0. And a liner into left, it's a base hit. Castillo fields it as it nearly got by him, and the bases are going to be loaded as Woodstock does not score the runner. It's hit number 15, and Brady Whitaker, the catcher, will come up. So after bases loaded, or excuse me, nobody on 2 outs. Yep, I jinxed him. Meeting at the mound. They're going to probably try to buy some time for the bullpen here.
The 50-50 jackpot's worth $104. A lovely purple ticket tonight. Here's the winning number.
We'll be right back.
3-0.
No pitching change. Strasburg's going to stay with Griffith and see if he can get through this inning. Bases loaded, 2 outs for Brady Whitaker. Whitaker a single and a double, 3 RBIs and a run scored. Looking for possibly a knockout punch. Breaking ball finds the extended outside corner, 0-1. Oh-1. Similar spot. This time it's called a ball, 1-1. Today, in 1978, Mike Cubbage is 4 for 4, hitting for the cycle to lead the Twins to a 6-3 win over Toronto. Pitch, ground ball, right side. Parker fields, throws in time. Thought that was going to have a chance to get into the outfield, but Parker, nice range, gets there. And Woodstock once again leaves the bases full here in the inning. Strasburg running out of outs. They've got 6 to work with. We go to the last of the 8. Woodstock 11, Strasburg 7. Chase Ingram leads it off for Strasburg. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 8-9-1, Ingram, LaSala, and Woody. First pitch in there for a strike. Rhett James out and in for another inning. Out on the field. Yeah, I don't know. In the game. Continues on. 0-1. And a ground ball left side. Diving stop by the shortstop. Throw to first in time. Wow. Bang, bang play at first. Ingram unable to beat it out on a play that Joy had to dive, pick up, and throw to first, and Ingram unable to beat it out. Huge out number 1 here in the 8th. LaSala batting 1 for 3 tonight. Single, fly out, and a strikeout. And a pop-up in the infield. Ford calls, makes the catch, 2 outs. 2 outs in the 8th. Here's Reese Woody back to the top of the lineup for the Express.
Now batting number 19, Reese Woody.
Heck of a play regardless from Joy to make that throw, but hard to tell there at first base from here. Woody 2 for 4 tonight, single, double, a run scored. He takes for a strike, 0-1. Bear Bowers, the closer for the River Bandits, may see him in the 9th. It might be a non-save situation, though, so we'll see. Might just stick with James, 0-1. That is a strike called, 0-2. James has been a guy that has made a lot of appearances this summer. He's been able to log innings. Obviously, they're burning him for tomorrow night, but doing his job. That one just misses, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. And a ground ball off the end of the bat foul. Still 1-2. Some weird side spin on that one. And another chopper foul. Interesting MLB note here. There are 3 teams in the big leagues that have not won 4 consecutive games this season going into tonight. The Royals, the Nationals, and the Padres. The Juan Soto, Manny Machado, Fernando Tatis Padres. 1-2. And a fly ball down the left field line. Sturdivant into foul territory, and it went right out of his glove. The left fielder, Sturdivant, had to go pop right out of his glove. Did have to run a long ways, but should have probably had the baseball. One, two. Down low, 2-2. Two and two to Woody. And a ground ball up the middle, off the leg of the second baseman, Jakonski. Base hit off up the middle, and for Woody, his 3rd hit of the night.
First baseman, number 25, Mitchell Smith.
So 11th hit of the night for Strasburg. Here's Mitchell Smith. Smith 0 for 4 tonight in the 2 spot. 2 strikeouts, 2 pop-outs. 1 to second, 1 to short. Throw to first as Woody dives back in safely. Smith takes a curveball down low, 1-0. 1988, Tommy John achieves what is believed to be a major league record first by committing 3 errors on 1 play. Throw over, back in safely. And the Yankees 16-3 rout of the Brewers. Bobbled a grounder, threw it in the right field, then took the relay throw and fired that over the catcher's head. 1-0. That is down. Today in 1989, Atlanta's Dale Murphy hits 2 home runs in the 6th inning and a 10-1 rout of San Francisco. And we've got a meeting at the mound. Today, this is fitting. Today in 1997, the Braves defeat the Reds 3-2 in Cincinnati, as the temperature on Cincinnati's artificial surface reached 152 degrees. Today in 1998, in the Devil Rays 11-5 win over Oakland, Wade Boggs' 8th inning single moves him past Babe Ruth and into 33rd place on the career hits list with 2874. Two and 0 the count to Smith with Woody at first. Strasburg down 4, 2 outs in the 8th, and that's fouled away. Today in 2001, the Cubs get first baseman Fred McGriff from the Devil Rays. McGriff recently inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. 2-1, another throw over. Woody back in safely. Today in 2003, catcher Gary Carter is inducted into the Hall of Fame, wearing a Montreal Expos cap. 2-1, and that hit him. Smith is hit by a pitch. So a little 2-out rally here, a single and a hit by pitch, and it'll bring Logan Vaughn up. Vaughn 2 for 4 tonight, single and a double and an RBI, and that's going to be it for Rhett James. Bandits are going to the bullpen, and we'll tell you about the new hurler right after this. New pitcher for the River Bandits. It's Jackson Rogers, also known as Bo Rogers. Rogers out of Bridgewater College from Heathsville, Virginia. 5'8", righty, 190. He comes in here with men on first and second and 2 outs in the 8th. Strasburg trails 11-7. It's Vaughn and then Castillo. If Vaughn could get on, Castillo would act as the tying run. See what Rogers can do here if he can get through this jam. First pitch is a fastball in there, strike one, 0-1. Two quick outs and then a single and a hit by pitch here in the inning. Oh, 1 is low, 1-1. Vaughn, the switch hitting catcher against the righty Jackson Rogers. Runner goes from second, and that's fouled away, 1-2. Don't know if that's particularly smart, especially with a left-handed hitter at the plate. Switch hitter batting left. Might have been a blessing in disguise that he fouled that off. 1-2 the count. Rogers trying to slam the door here in the 8th and send this thing to the 9th with Woodstock leading by 4. Vaughn trying to extend the inning and continue to chip away. 1-2. And a high fly left center. Galvin makes the catch. And the half inning is over. Strasburg strands 2 more men on base. And we'll go to the 9th, trailing by 4. It's 11-7. We'll be back after this as we get ready to start the top of the 9th inning.
team, Max Galvin.
We go to the ninth here from Strasburg. It'll be Alex Rosario taking over for the Express on the mound. Rosario out of San Jacinto from Astoria, New York. And he will face the top of the lineup for Woodstock, Galvin, Joy, and Sanchez. It's going to be interesting tomorrow to see, number one, does R.J. Stinson play? And number two, does Hunter Smith, is he eligible to play after being ejected tonight? The pitch. And that's to the backstop to Max Galvin, 1-0. Might have had a cross up there, and that's what it's looking like.
Harrisonburg leads Covington 9-7 in the top of the seventh. That game's being played at Harrisonburg.
One and 0 the count. Rosario trying to keep it right here to 4-run game and give his team a chance in the bottom of the ninth, down at least 4. 1-0. Yeah. At the most, as that is in there 1-1. Tonight's one of those rare nights where we have the flashing number on the scoreboard because Woodstock scored 10 in the first. Doesn't flash a lot, but it does a little bit. 1-1. Outside 2-1. Final line for Logan Griffith, and tip your cap to him. He kept them in this game. 4 1/3, 5 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. He kept the Express in this thing, and that should be commended. 2-1. Outside 3-1. Well, Rosario in danger of the dreaded leadoff walk here. I don't know if we've had one all night long. Maybe one? Don't think so. Had some hit by pitches, but that's not the same. And there it is, leadoff walk. So Rosario comes in out of the bullpen and proceeds to walk the leadoff man, Galvin.
Preston Joy.
It'll bring Preston Joy to the plate. See if Joy thinks about bunting here. Appreciate everyone tuning in tonight. Looks like about 50 viewers over on Facebook and about 80 or so over on YouTube. Rosario sets and delivers. He does show, pulls back and takes ball 1. 1-0. Galvin at first with solid speed. Plus speed, as they would say. 1-0. That's in the dirt to the backstop, and it's a wild pitch. And now the ball got lodged in. Okay, I was going to say, did it get out of play? So it's a wild pitch, moves the runner up to second. Not an ideal start to the inning for Strasburg by any means, especially trailing by 4. So Galvin at second, 2-0 to Preston Joy. And they call strike 1 there, 2-1. Pitch had so much tail to it that Griffith caught the ball, and as he was catching it, it was moving his arm off the plate and out of the batter's box. Called strike 2-1 though. And move to second, keeping an eye on Galvin. Two 2-1, and that is hit well. Left field and right to the left fielder, Castillo. Ball not flying like it was earlier in the game. Got a decent piece of it, but just a fly out, and there's one out in the ninth. One up, one down for Tomas Sanchez. Sanchez with a 2-run homer back in the first. Other than that, He is 1 for 5. Struck out looking back in the 7th. Kind of tossed his bat across the batter's box in frustration. But that was all. He didn't really say anything, which was good on his part. Again, you don't want to risk getting tossed out of this game and not being able to play tomorrow. And that pitch called a ball this time, 1-0. Saw that called on Cade Parker for a strike earlier tonight when I mentioned if he swung at that, it would probably break his knuckles. Trying to turn on it, 1-0. And Sanchez laces it foul past Mike Bocock. He doesn't even flinch, 1-1. One ball, one strike, one out. And that is popped up out of play to the right. It's 1-2. Some new baseballs coming into circulation here. One and two. Pitch just misses, and Strasburg fans going crazy. That's twice in this AB now that was not called a strike. Yeah, it's been both ways tonight, that's for sure. 2-2 to Sanchez. That's in the dirt. Beautiful block by Vaughn. Don't know how he actually a scoop. Beautiful scoop, and it's 3-2. Full count to Sanchez. Joe Jakonski on deck. Rosario sets and deals. Runner goes. The pitch is swung on and missed. Throw to third. Not in time. So Sanchez strikes out, and that's out number 2 here in the 8th. Stolen base for Max Galvin, his first of the night. So tough night for Sanchez other than the 2-run home run earlier back in the first. Well, here's Joe Jakonski. Jakonski 3 for 5 tonight, 3 singles, an RBI, a run scored, and a stolen base. 4-run game. Strasburg really trying to keep it at 11-7. The pitch, way outside. 1-0. Bandits with a man on third and 2 outs. And that finds the strike zone, 1-1. One. This time off the plate, 2-1. I'm gonna get my binoculars on here. 2-1. Rosario deals. That one outside, 3-1. On deck is Austin Ford, the third baseman. If I'm Jakonski right here, I'm swinging out of my shoes. If it's close, I'm swinging out of my shoes. 3-1. And he takes ball 4. It's just getting to the point where you don't really know which way it's going to go. This time it goes a ball. And it's first and third, 2 outs. So Jakonski draws the walk. He is on for the 4th time tonight, meeting at the mound here. And we'll step away real briefly. Meeting at the mound is over as Austin Ford will bat. Ford 0 for 1 tonight. Came in for the ejected Hunter Smith, hit by a pitch and a ground out. Bats here with middle and first and third and 2 outs. I wouldn't be shocked to see Jakonski take off. Don't know if it'll be the first pitch, but he has really no lead at all. He does not go. The pitch is a strike called 0-1. Woodstock 11 runs on 15 hits and 1 error. Strasburg 7 runs on 11 hits and 2 errors. 2 outs in the top of the 9th. We are approaching, we've actually surpassed the 3-hour mark tonight. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Rosario blew it right by him, 0-2. Rosario well ahead. Last thing he wants a wild pitch. Runner goes inside, stolen base for Joe Jakonski. Were they holding him? Stolen base for Jakonski. One, two, swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. And Strasburg will indeed go to the bottom of the 9th, down 4. As Woodstock again strands men on base. I've got them stranding 7 over the last 3 innings. We're off to the bottom of the 9th, non-safe situation, but here comes the closer, Bear Bowers. We're back after this in Game 1 of the VBL quarterfinals.
Leading off, left fielder number 1, Victor Castillo.
New pitcher for Woodstock in a non-save situation. They're going to bring their closer, Bear Bowers, into the game out of Randolph-Macon College from Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. And he will face 4-5-6 Castillo O'Shaughnessy and Ben Williams here in the 9th as Strasburg down to their last 3 outs here in Game 1 of the playoffs. Bowers deals, and it's in there, 0-1. Again, Game 2 of this series is tomorrow night at Woodstock. Craig Orndorff will have the call for you there, as we'll see what happens here towards the end of this game and set the stage for tomorrow. 0-1 to Castillo. That is low, 1-1. Tip the cap to Jackson Rogers, came in last half inning, got an out. Middle and first and second and 2 outs. That's all he faced. They'll have him available for tomorrow night if they want him. 1-1 to Castillo. Victor takes outside. Castillo 1 for 3 tonight with a single and a run scored along with a hit by pitch. 2 balls and 1 strike now. 3-1. And Bowers in big danger right here. We've seen what the leadoff walk can do this year. It's been sometimes, very rarely, it's been minimal, but then that one time it was 13 runs, or whatever it was. 3-1 to Castillo. Bowers from the stretch. And that is strike 2. Castillo was taking all the way. Castillo has been the consistent force here in this middle of the lineup for Strasburg. Facing Bowers here in the 9th. 3-2 the count with nobody on. And Bowers wins the battle on ball 4 as he struck him out swinging.
17, Michael O'Shaughnessy.
Castillo, a rare bad decision at the plate as he goes after a pitch off the plate. And that's out number 1 here in the 9th. Here's O'Shaughnessy. Michael, 2 for 3 tonight. Single and a double, RBI, 2 runs scored, and a ground out. A huge out number 1 here in the 9th inning. That is in there for a strike, 0-1. This 3-man umpiring crew will be following this series, but there will be different home plate umpires the rest of the series, I would have to assume. With tomorrow night's game at Woodstock. 0-1. O'Shaughnessy goes around and it's 0-2. Well, you look back at this game, valiant effort by the Express as they fell behind 10-0 before they even came up to hit in the first. They went on to score 7 unanswered runs before Woodstock picked up 1 in the 7th to get the lead back up to 4. And really, since the 5th inning, Strasburg's offense has been very quiet. They got to Reed a good bit. They got to Rhett James a little bit towards the beginning, but then James shut him down. Rogers getting the out last half inning. And then one quick out here in the 9th with O'Shaughnessy behind 0-2. Bowers sets and deals. That is up high, 1-2. We have played 3 hours and 10 minutes worth here tonight. One, two, strike 3 called. And that's out number 2 here in the 9th.
Center fielder number 31, Ben Williams.
Well, the Express going to call on a pinch hitter. It'll be Ty Hooks.
Correction, pinch hitting number 11, Ty Hooks.
And what could be the last at-bat of the career of Strasburg Express's Ty Hooks. He will step up here, at home, I should say. Possibly his last home AB. Hooks, a third-year member of the Express out of Winthrop, has had some big moments in his Strasburg career. He was doing the catching back in 2021 when Ryan Ammons fired the strikeout to end the game and win the Valley League Championship, the third in franchise history for the Express. He'll bat here with 2 outs in the 9th against Bowers, and he takes a strike, 0-1. So it's looking like the Express are going to have to win 2 in a row, something they did against this very team back in 2019. 0-1 the count. And that misses. Strasburg lost in the first round of the playoffs last year in Game 3 to the Purcellville Cannons right here in Strasburg. Purcellville went on to lose in the championship, North Division Championship Finals to Woodstock. 1-1 to Ty Hooks. And Hooks grounds one to short, backhanded by the shortstop, Joy, and it's going to be an error as Hooks will reach here in the 9th. Error on Preston Joy. So this game not over yet.
Second baseman, number 5, Cade Parker.
It'll bring Cade Parker up, another multi-year member of the Express in his second year. Parker has battled it out all summer long. He has been here from the beginning till now, along with his teammate Ty Hooks. Some others have done so. As he swings and misses, O'Shaughnessy has been here. Castillo, Vaughn, Smith, LaSala. A lot of these guys that are still here today have been here since day one. 0-1 to Cade Parker. Bowers sets, looks in, and delivers. And that is hit a mile high out of play. And the Express are down to their last strike here in the ninth. What a game this has turned out to be after it looked like it wasn't going to be much of anything. Strasburg resilient, not giving up, staying in this game or getting back in it. Now they're down to their last strike in the ninth. 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And Bear Bowers, in a non-save situation, strikes out the side in order. And the Woodstock River Bandits win Game 1 of the VBL quarterfinals as they knock off the Strasburg Express tonight by a final score of 11-7. And Woodstock is a win away from moving on to the next round of the Valley Baseball League playoffs. As we look at the final line here tonight, the Woodstock River Bandits victorious, 11 runs, 15 hits and 1 error. Strasburg Express, 7 runs, 11 hits, and 2 errors. Winning pitcher tonight for Woodstock is Rhett James, and the loser for Strasburg is Matt Dickey. This game lasted 3 hours and 14 minutes with Woodstock victorious, 11-7. Game 2 of this series is tomorrow night. My good friend Craig Orndorff will be on the call for that one beginning at 7 o'clock on their Facebook and YouTube page. Just look up Woodstock River Bandits. And just in case this is our last hoorah here tonight, if Strasburg is unable to win tomorrow night at Woodstock, I want to thank everyone for spending a majority of their summer tuning in here with myself and the Express and Valley League here on Facebook and YouTube along with Stretch Internet. It has been a blast being with you here in year 5 as the play-by-play voice of the Strasburg Express. And if this is the end tonight, thank you. Thank you for welcoming myself into your lives throughout this summer to follow maybe your son or your cousin or friend or family member or relative in some sort. It's been a pleasure being with you as this summer has absolutely flown by. As we near the end of the month of July and move on towards August and in the rest of this playoff season, it has been a blast. Again, Strasburg will have to win tomorrow night to force a Game 3 back here on Saturday night. And if they're unable to do so, Woodstock would move on to the next round. Again, thank you for joining us tonight and all season long. It's been an absolute pleasure. Woodstock wins Game 1 tonight by a final score of 11-7. If this is it, have a great rest of your summer and come back and join us next year. If not, we'll be back with you for another one on Saturday night. River Bandits win it 11-7, and they'll look to win the series tomorrow night at Woodstock. This is Kyle Gutschall signing off for the 2023 Strasburg Express and the Valley Baseball League.